So, with inflation on the rise, a guy got to thinking it's kind of time to kind of protect this stuff. You don't want no crazy, suspicious looking person just coming up on your property and trying to take your goods. That would definitely be no bueno. So, this company reached out to me, Xsense, and they said, hey, give our cameras a review. So, I said, sure, why not? So, let's talk about this camera. It's the Xsense S21 outdoor security cameras. Records up to 2K, 4 megapixels, has spotlight camera, Wi-Fi 2.4 or the good old 5 gigahertz. These are outdoor security cameras, so they are weatherproof. 156-degree viewing angle, color night vision with motion activated, two-way audio, and allegedly it's waterproof. So let's open it up. So I've already opened up a little bit, but kind of give you guys what you're expected. So first off, you have your camera, which pretty cool looking, not too bad. And you have your cables. So now you have your power cable over here, and if you want to hardwire it into your Ethernet, you have your Ethernet cable over here. It does have a gasket over here, so if you're going to screw this into the outside of your house, which this is an outdoor camera, at least it's going to keep this from all getting wet and damaged over here. And what I do like about it is it does have this little cutout right over here, which allows the cable to be tucked down right over here. And that way you can put your cables where you need them to be. So your power plug, typical 2-prong. Gives you a Ethernet cable, so if you need to wire it up. And also these little things to kind of hide and seal the cables a little bit, protect them from the old elements. And this, if you want to mount it into the wall. Now, I don't necessarily recommend doing it this way. My whole thing is if you're going to mount it, just get something that's a little more stable. They have these wall anchor mounts that hold more weight on it. And the reason why I say this is that this is about half a pound. Although very light, you get a strong wind, it will pull these out. That's just my opinion about it. And you have your Allen wrench, which is pretty cool. So once you set your angle, you could just lock it in place of which direction you want to point your camera. Comes with your warning system, so you can let everybody know that they're being recorded. Awesome. And what I like about it is it has the template, so wherever you decide to mount it at, whether the side of your house, porch, whatever, pop this in, drill it as need be, and you know where your holes are going to be. So pretty cool on that one. Talks about the good old warranty. 60-day money back or 18-month worry-free warranty. Instructions, which are pretty handy because I had to go through these just to kind of make sure I was doing things right. So let's go ahead, let's set up this camera. Let's talk about some of the more of the features and see how it works. So for demonstration purposes, hey, it's already connected on its own. I did mess with this earlier. And one thing about this thing, it kind of communicates with you and just tells you whether it's working or not because it has that microphone on it. So I went ahead and just took a 4x4 piece of wood, just kind of mounted up just to mock it. I haven't decided where I'm going to mount this yet, in my garage or outside, or which way I'm going to do it yet. But this is just for today's demonstration purposes. Now, whether you're using Google or Android, you get onto your phone, just like we have over here. And the one that you're going to want to go for is the Xsense XS Smart View. Now, when I first started it, I didn't read the instructions and I downloaded all these other ones, but it's actually the X Smart View. So just go ahead, install it. I uninstalled it just so we could just see how it goes. Once installed, open up the app, and you're going to have to allow it to have access to your photos. So now register your account, which is very simple. I do apologize for the glare on this, but just register your account, and I'm going to go ahead and put my stuff in there. All right, and once you do that, you need to go ahead and add your camera. So you can do your fingerprint to kind of use that as your security measure. No thanks, I don't feel like doing that. All right, the app has been adapted to dark mode, which is fine. Good, so I already have it set up. So now the way you would set it up is that you would add it, and it has the QRC code, which is actually on the back right over here. And when you scan this with the QRC code, it logs in. You can set it up to your Wi-Fi, just putting your password in, and you're good to go. So now, once you're in, the next thing you do is you label it, put your name in, which I've already set this one up as garage. And now, I have this thing set up, and it goes through instructions and everything. Let's get out of here, get out of here, get out of here. And it's recording me. So as you can see, it's recording me, and the quality is actually pretty good on it, and I'm just showing you through this to the phone. And honestly, that's the best way you're going to see it. So when this thing is set up, you have two options. You can either run a micro SD card through it, which supports up to 128 gigs, or you could use their cloud service. They give you 7 days, which, okay, but then after that, you have to pay a subscription for it. I'd rather use the micro SD card, my opinion. I ain't about subscriptions. Got enough of those that I don't need to worry about. But with the subscription service, it logs it for a longer period of time. You can have more videos and on that, and it's just easy to go back and forth. But if you have it on the micro SD card, you could just kind of back it up and just pull it as you need. Now, one cool thing about it is that once you have the footage, so let's go ahead and hit record. So we hit record, and right now we're recording. So we're going to record about 4 or 5 seconds right over here. Click done. And once it's done, we can go back to right over here, and it shows all our stuff in the history. Now, this is kind of going through the cloud, but it also can do it through the micro SD. So we go through right over here, and as you can see, it's showing all the activity about it. So now that you have it, you have two options. You could just view the video, or you could save it to your phone. So once you save it to the phone, you actually go to your account, you could go to your album, and you could view it right over here, and you can see the playback. Now the playback is pretty good, and it does have audio, so you can actually hear what's going on. Now the cool thing about this too is that when it's recording, once it's live recording, you can actually hit the button over here, and I won't be able to demonstrate that too much, but let's see. Let's come back over here, hit this app right up here, press play, and you can hit record. And if you want to talk back, which is probably going to give me some feedback while using the app, as you can see, yeah, I'm getting the feedback over there, but now I can hear myself talking. So that is one thing. So if somebody's trying to break into your house, steal your stuff, you can tell them, hey, get out, police are on the way. Now the cool thing about it is, like I said, you go back to account, you can go to the albums, pick up the video right over here, and then what you can do is you could take it, select it, but you could take it and you could select it, and you can actually upload it to whatever you want to do. So in this case, let's say if somebody had broken into my house, I could go ahead and message it and send it to law enforcement if I needed to, the officer's email address or whatever cloud service storage that they do. So that is pretty convenient, and I do like the safety feature. The quality is pretty good at 2K, and it's very clear. And also at night, it does illuminate very well. So, I mean, nighttime, you're just going to get the best you can, but I have seen that it does have good quality. So if somebody is trying to break in and steal your stuff, you can identify them, unless they're wearing a mask. So now for nighttime mode, we could go ahead. We're in the garage. We've turned everything off. And as you can see, it illuminates pretty well. And I'm just kind of move it back and forth so you can kind of get an idea of how bright it is. It does do that spotlight. So you can set it for auto, that every motion it'll be spotlighting, or you can schedule it. And you also can turn the sensitivity down, up and down as you need it, just depending on it. So now the infrared, it is dark in my garage, but as you can see, my hand, it shines it up pretty good. So the quality of the camera is actually pretty good, and I'm very impressed with that. So to wrap this up, overall this camera is actually pretty good. The quality is awesome. I mean, the video quality is really good. The sound quality, I like the fact that you could do the two-way communication. So it's not bad. How much does it cost? $79.99. It's a decent fair price, but there is something I do got to kind of gig it for. Number one, it's $80. You're paying for one camera, which is pretty cool. But if you want to get about 3 or 4 cameras to kind of circumvent the perimeter of your house or anything, you're probably going to be looking to spend anywhere from $420 to what, $500, whatever the math is. So you're going to spend a little penny just to get a bunch of these for that. That's kind of expensive when you think about it, and I wish they kind of had a whole system, or they'd give you a bundle deal which would allow you to make it more affordable and more practical for that. But the quality is there. The infrared is pretty nice, the spotlight feature is pretty nice, the audio is pretty nice, and it's cool. The software takes a little bit of getting used to. I did find it to be a little laggy and buggy at times, but maybe with more updates it will be fixed. As far as this, the connectors, I mean, not bad, not terrible. I mean, it works pretty good. You just gonna have to do some careful planning, and that's with any security system. That's nothing I can gig the company about. One other thing that I would make mention to is I wish they would kind of include a micro SD card with it, at least a 32 gig to get you started, because not everybody wants to pay for a subscription service. If you don't pay for the subscription service, it's okay, in the simple fact that you could just live feed it, and that's what I'm doing, and just watch a live feed it, but it's not going to record unless you have an SD card or subscription service. So something to kind of keep in mind. The response is good, the quality is good, and the good thing is that if you're able to record and there is a crime that occurs in your area, just record it, and you can upload the image to your local law enforcement, and they can use that for an investigation. So excess Xsense cameras, they're great cameras. I like them. I just wish the price was a little better, because like me personally, I would need at least 3 or 4 of these to kind of complete it for my house, and I'm not gonna reach out and spend that much money for that. So definitely something to consider. And also another final thought is that if you do get another one of these, it is very easy to set them up on your phone, in the sense that you just scan the QR code, it uploads it, and then if you go to a screen right over here, and I should have showed this earlier, but if you have the screen over here, you can see the multiple cameras that you do have. And I gotta say, the quality is just, it's there. So hope you like this video. Hope this review helps you make your decision whether you're gonna buy this or not. And like I said, there's good and bad. I think for the price, if you're gonna get one, that's where it's at. But if you're gonna do your whole home system for it, definitely something to consider, because it gets expensive. So thanks for watching. Thank you to Xsense. I will put a link down below to their product and their product page, and also a little discount code that they may be offering. If you like the video, definitely hit the like button. Subscribe if you're not. And as always, we'll see what we come up with next.